Okay, so this one introduces some decimals into the equation solving here. So we have 0.60 times quantity z minus 300 plus 0.05z equals 0.70z minus 205. Okay, so don't shy away from these kinds of questions. They look really intimidating, but it's not so bad. You may have to break out your calculator. There's other ways to solve this without necessarily breaking out the calculator. We call that clearing decimals. But I find that students usually just prefer to break out the calculators on these and use that. So let's try it that way. We have these parentheses here, so we're going to need to distribute this 0.60. Alright, so that gives us 0.60z minus, okay, 0.60 times 300. So you may have to break out the calculator for that. Turns out that that's 180. Okay, plus 0.05z equals 0.70z minus 205. Okay. Let's combine like terms here. So we have 0.60z plus 0.05z. We combine those two, we get 0.65z. And then I'm going to go ahead and subtract it from both sides because we want to get all the z's on one side, everything else on the other. So we're kind of working towards that. So minus 0.65z here, minus 0.65z here. What are we left with? We now have negative 180 over here on the left equals 0.05z minus 205. All right. Now let's continue getting the z's on one side, everything else on the other. So I'm going to add plus 205 to both sides. Well, okay, that leaves us with 25 equals 0.05z. And finally, divide both sides by 0.05. 0.05. Okay, you may have to break out a calculator for this. You may not, depending upon how much experience you have with decimals. But here we go. That gives us z equals 500 for our final answer. And if you have it in you, you could put this in, plug it in up here at the beginning to test to make sure that's the correct answer. I assure you it is correct.